Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Spicy Milk, with another tier list. This time I'm going to be ranking the Avengers based on how much I would want to hang out with them. Um, so you'll see I've got my Avengers right here. You might think I missed some, or um, some of these, like, hey, they're not Avengers, but that's fine. I'm just going to go with these ones that I have. 22 Avengers. Um, So let's hop right into it. We're gonna start with this one right here. This guy, he is War Machine. Um, he's pretty cool. If I was gonna hang out with him, I think he'd be a little bit too cool for me. A lot of these guys would be too cool for me. Probably all of them would be too cool for me. Um, I don't think we relate very much. Um, but I don't think I'd hate being with him. So he's going to go here and C. Next is Groot right here. Um, Groot, like I said, maybe he's not really an Avenger. He's a Guardian of the Galaxy. Um, but he's still on my list. I mean, definitely conversations would be a bit dull with Groot. I'm Groot, all that. Um, and in the new movies, spoiler warning for Infinity War and Endgame, just so you know. Um, he doesn't. He's not very engaging. He kind of just sits there and plays video games. I do that too, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to hang out with him. So I'm gonna put him in E tier. He's not F just because he's like cool in general. Next is Vision. I don't think he would be cool to hang out with very much at all. I feel like he's the kind of guy um he would walk into the room, he'd like walk through the wall like he does and be like, "Oh, breakfast, lunch is ready," and then that's it. He wouldn't play a game or anything. He doesn't seem very fun. So D tier. You could probably get him to do some cool tricks with his magic powers. Um, Next is Rocket Raccoon. Um, he is kind of a sassy little boy. Um, so I don't think I'd be able to vibe with that. He's kind of grouchy about everything, and I don't want him getting grouchy at me. I don't like that very much. Um, so I think he'd be right next to Groot. He's not someone you can empathize with. Next is Mantis. Um, she's kind of interesting. She's got like this weird little innocence about her character. Um, so she wouldn't be bad to hang out with. She's not like a jerk like Rocket. Um, so maybe B tier. She likes to have fun. All right, this is a really blurry picture of T'Challa, Black Panther. Um, One thing about Black Panther is that um, he's always got the same expression. It's always like this, like mild concern. And I feel like he wouldn't say much besides like stuff that sounds like a little bit profound, but generally it's just kind of obvious. Like, sometimes when someone needs help, you have to be the one to help them, or something like that. And that's really dumb. So, D. Sort of like with Vision, he's kind of like, he doesn't seem like a fun person. Now, Nebula. Um, she's an interesting character. Obviously, she's a robot. Um, and you see in Guardians of the Galaxy, she always grew up killing people and stuff. Um, so like Peter Quill over here has got to like teach her how to have fun. and I think that's kind of a cute, fun little dynamic. Um, Trying to like get her to have fun. I think that would be fun to do if you're hanging out with her. Um, just kind of teach her how to be normal. That's a fun dynamic I like in a character, and I think it wouldn't be too bad if I'm hanging out with them either. So I'll go with A, A tier. So not the best, just because she can't really take a joke, um, but I'd like to teach her how. Here is Doctor Strange. He's one of my favorite Avengers. Um, so obviously he's like a doctor and stuff. He's kind of a no nonsense kind of guy generally. Um, but his magic is really cool. I think he could hold really cool conversation with him. He knows a lot of things. Knows about a lot of things. Um, but he's a little bit. I don't know if he's a little bit self righteous. He kind of gets over that in the movies. So, um, yeah, he would be cool to hang out with. With Nebula. Here's Scarlet Witch. She's not very cool. Not a very cool Avenger. She just kind of is grumpy all the time about everything. And I don't think that would be very fun to hang out. Like, I couldn't sit down and play Mario Kart if she's just gonna be like, oh, look at those explosions. They remind me of when my parents died, or something like that. Um, so she's gonna go in D tier right here. Next is Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Um, he's he's a funny guy. If you've seen his movies, he's really funny. Um, so I think that's good in someone you're gonna hang out with, is that they're funny. And he also, if you see Ant-Man and the Wasp, he plays with his daughter a lot, and he knows how to make his own fun too. So he's S tier. He knows how to have fun. Um, but he's also he does funny conversations, funny games, things like that. And I would love to let me try on that Ant-Man suit. Okay, next is Captain Marvel. The name's like Carol Danvers or something. Um, I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. F tier. She kind of rubs me the wrong way. Um, she's the kind of person that like wouldn't let anyone be right but her. Like I could say like, what if we, like say I go to the ice cream store with Captain Marvel and I'd be like, ooh, this is some good ice cream, and even if she was enjoying the ice cream too, she would tell me all the reasons I was wrong about the ice cream being good. She'd be like, oh, do you know how many people were exploited to farm the vanilla beans you need for this ice cream and stuff? Um, and if I was like, oh, I don't like this ice cream, then she'd be like, oh, okay, so you're really ungrateful about this and you hate ice cream people. I don't like her. She seems really argumentative and stuff like that. Okay, here is Steve Rogers, Captain America. Um, Obviously the hottest Avenger. He's really good looking, so that gives him immediately top tier. Not sure which one. I think since he's so old and stuff, he's not very relatable. Um, but I still think he's got great morals. He's really cheerful when he needs to be. Um, and since he is old, that would give him a lot of things to talk about. And he's ready to hang out with people and learn from them about the modern times and stuff. S tier next to Scott Lang. So here's Bucky. He doesn't talk very much actually. He's got a really cool robot arm, but he doesn't talk much. He doesn't do much. He's kind of a grouchy guy, but not too grouchy. He still jokes around with his best friend, Captain America. Um, so I don't know if I'd be able to hang out with him. He's kind of a like a gruff kind of guy. I don't like hanging out with people like that. So I think C tier with with Rhodes, War Machine. Next is Hawkeye. So Hawkeye, he's really cool. Uh, Spoiler alert for Endgame, so skip this part if you haven't seen Endgame. He's got like a family, and he's really nice to them. And he's like shooting the bow with like his daughter and stuff, having a picnic. Um, and I think that's really cool. I like a family man type guy. Um, so he's really nice. He's really friendly. He's really understanding. Is one thing about him. Um, so he's really empathetic. I think A tier for him. Next is this kind of blurry. It's kind of a shame how blurry this picture is, but it's obviously Tony Stark, Iron Man. So Iron Man, Tony Stark. So at first you might think, oh, he's too rich, he's too cool. I don't know if I could hang out with him. That's what I think at first. But then I remember, um, he, if you've seen at the beginning of Iron Man, the first Iron Man, he kind of hangs out with like the nerdy, sort of nerdy looking soldier guy in the car. He's really cheerful and stuff. I think he could be like that to me. He could, no matter who he's with, he knows how to have fun. He knows how to make his own fun if he needs to. And definitely, really smart guy. I like having someone smart to talk to. Um, there's a lot of conversation that can be had. So I think he would actually be S tier also. Just, he's so cool. He's really cool, but he doesn't think he's too cool for anybody. He'll talk to anybody, I think. Next is Peter Parker, Spider-Man, right here. So he's sort of like my same age group, demographic kind of guy. So I think that obviously right off the bat makes him really relatable. But he seems a little bit too cool for me. I think he would, well, maybe not. Yeah, he's really cool, Spider-Man. I don't know what he does in his free time besides just being Spider-Man. Um, so maybe we could chill a little bit, but I don't know if he'd be like, no, I want to go hang out with Ned instead or something like that. So, um, Tom Holland, sorry, not Tom Holland, Spider-Man, maybe A, A tier. No, that's good. Here's Nick Fury. Um, he's not really an Avenger, I guess, but he's still on my list. Um, and he's kind of he's kind of a little bit gruff, like Bucky over here. Kind of serious, but he still makes good goofs every now and then. Um, I don't know what he does for fun either. I don't know what I could do with him that we would both enjoy. Um, but he's not stuck up like she is, or rude like he is, or kind of flat and unempathetic like they are. So I'm gonna put him at B. He's really cool. Next is Star-Lord Peter Quill. One thing about Star-Lord is that he thinks he's really cool. Um, so I think if he was gonna hang out with me, he would think he was too cool for me. And that would kind of rub me the wrong way. Sort of like Rocket would just be a jerk. I think he would kind of be a jerk too. But um, maybe we could watch movies together. He seems like he would want to watch movies with almost anybody. So he's not as rude as Rocket or Groot. So I'm going to put him just above them at D. Um, Obviously, he's more empathetic than the other characters at D. But just, yeah, I already went over why he's there. Thor, right here. Thor, Odin's son. Thor. Um, what a guy. What a cool guy. Um, but would I want to hang out with him? He hangs out um with that girl in the Thor movies. All so he can hang around with Earth people pretty well. He learns to as he spends more time on Earth. Um, but he's still like sort of that, like a little bit gruff like him, but that really masculine type guy. I don't I don't really vibe with. So I'm gonna have to put him at C. He's got just kind of average. There's cool things about him, and there's less cool things about him as far as hanging out with. Next is Black Widow. So Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow. She's really cool. If you've seen her in Age of Ultron, she visits Hawkeye's house, and she's kind of like almost a motherly figure in parts of that movie and parts of other movies. And I think that's nice. It shows how nice she can be to people if she's going to hang out with them. And she's obviously really cool. She's really smart, really strong. So I don't have much more to say beyond that. I'll put her in B with Nick Fury and Mantis. Next is Bruce Banner, Hulk. So this one's kind of a bigger spoiler for Endgame. But Hulk becomes Professor Hulk. So he's big and green and strong, but he can also talk and think really good like Bruce Banner. And he's really funny, and he's really charming and stuff, and he's cool. So with Professor Hulk in Endgame, he's gonna be at A tier, not S like these guys, because he's kind of he's kind of like dorky a little bit. Not that that's bad in every case, but he doesn't do it very well. So finally, last but not least, is Falcon. Can't remember his name. Falcon. He's really good friends with Captain America. But for me, most of what he has in common with Captain America is like the military experience, and I wouldn't I wouldn't be able to relate very much with that. But he's still really friendly to people. So he's gonna go at solid C tier. So here's my Avengers tier list ranked on how I would feel about hanging out with them. S at the top, F at the bottom, obviously. These guys, really nice, really funny guys, really know how to have fun. These guys, all have something really cool about them. They're generally cool, maybe one or two little things that would make them kind of harder to groove with, if you know what I'm saying. And these guys at B, kind of average, but just like a little bit about them makes them cool. And then these guys just smack in the middle, I wouldn't mind if they were there while I was hanging out. But they're not the coolest guys to be with. They're something about them would bug me the whole time if we were hanging out. And these guys generally just, I don't think they would be very nice. I don't think they would listen very well. These guys are kind of just rude. And down here, just the one character in F, Captain Marvel. She just seems really, really mean. I don't think she would be nice to me. I don't think I would be able to be nice back just because of how she would act. So let me know what you think of my tier list. If you would have any different opinions about it, tell me what you think you agree with, what you disagree with. Make sure you leave a comment telling me what you think I should do next. If I should do another tier list, what should it be? Yeah, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. See you guys.